Alright, so part two of the irrigation calculation exercise. We've done calculated the total head in this system, which is 38 metres. So you can go ahead and find a pump that delivers that. Again, we're looking for about 3,600 litres per hour for that, based on the flow rate out of each emitter multiplied by the number of emitters. Each lateral multiplied by the number of laterals. I think that's right. Yeah, litres per hour is 2 litres per hour per emitter. How many emitters do we have? We've got 40 per lateral, and there's 45 laterals. So it's 45. Let's just do this total volume. Total volume of flow, litres. Let's do it in litres per hour. So it would be per emitter, it's 2 litres per hour. Emitter number. So it's 80 litres per hour per emitter. Let's do overall flow requirement down here. As I said in the last part, this is a newly designed spreadsheet which I am very proud of. But I am optimizing it, and feel free to do that yourself and send it to me, so in future years I can claim your efforts as my own. So total flow is litres per hour, so total volume of flow per lateral is 80. It'll be multiplied by the number of laterals, which is somewhere up here. Number of laterals, 45. 3,600 litres per hour. So I just spent 5 minutes just getting back to where we'd already been. It's good. Alright, so you need to find a pump that would deliver 38 metres of head with 3,600 litres per hour, so that should be pretty easy. Alright, so the next one is we need to go, okay, let's imagine we were irrigating this block. How much water would be required over the irrigation season if we were doing a replacement irrigation strategy where we just put back in the amount of water that is lost each month or each day? In other subjects, you can actually calculate, you can go through, say, the last 5 years and have a look on a daily basis. How much water was in the soil, how much is required, and how much would need to be added by rain or irrigation. So we can calculate using the Bureau of Meteorology numbers the sort of evapotranspiration from last year for each month. So that's how much water is lost. So we need to replace that with either rain or irrigation. So first of all, rain we get for free. So we'll calculate the amount of irrigation each month as well. Each precipitation each month. We'll see what the deficit is. So how much water would we need to add through irrigation to replace the evapotranspiration after we incorporate the amount of rain we get. So how long would that take us to actually irrigate that amount of water? And then what's the overall irrigation volume? So how much water would we need to supply to this crop over this period? Once you've done that, so say you're planning an agricultural enterprise, you can actually say, okay, this is on average the amount of water I need through the irrigation season. What size dam what size dam would I need for this, or how much water would I need to buy in? All right, so I'm going to do this for 1 month. So you have to do a tiny little bit of work yourself. So evapotranspiration month 1, that's written in here November. So we go to Google Bureau of Meteorology evapotranspiration, and it comes up with recent evapotranspiration. So we'll click on that. Hope my internet works. Yeah, here we go. Look at that, the Bureau of Meteorology website is not secure. Not awesome for them. Loading. So what it does is it loads and click the state, and then you click the nearest station to wherever your enterprise is. In this case, here we go. It's somewhere around there. I won't click on it now, but because I've already done it. So here it is. Here it's called Viewbank was the closest one. And so here's November. So this I've downloaded November's evapotranspiration from last year. You can see you get a lot of bang for your buck with this download because you get a whole lot of other bits of data as well from each day. Well, you even got, there we go, there's our solar insolation. So here's our evapotranspiration on each day, and here's our rainfall. So it even totals it up here, 143.9. So this pasture, metre by metre squared, used 143.9 mils of soil water for evapotranspiration, transpiration and evaporation. Only got 44.6 mils of rain. So that system would have lost 100 mil of effective soil water during that period. So it was pretty dry. So let's use those numbers and tap them in. So 143.9, I think it was. Yeah, 143.9. Precipitation was, was 44.6. Type that into here. So deficit E54. Alright, yeah. So now we need to adjust. So we've got the evapotranspiration for pasture, but we need to adjust it for vines. So I've given those in the sheet, and the crop factor changes with the different growth stages. So early in the season, they don't use a lot of water at all. I think it's about 0.4. I don't have it in front of me, so I'm just making this number up. But the actual number is given. So I'll put 0.4 in here. So the adjusted evapotranspiration is simply the evapotranspiration multiplied by the crop factor. So 57.56. So that looks a lot better for November, doesn't it? When think about it, the leaves are just coming out. It's probably a little bit lower. I might make that 0.5. Again, it's all in the notes. So the vines haven't used 143.9. They've used 71.95. So that's a little bit closer to our total precipitation. So the deficit, this is just using November, is 27.35 mils. So that would actually take 49.23 hours of irrigation. What was it? C64. So the deficit, so the millimeters required by our precipitation rate in millimeters per hour. Now that says 1, and down here it says 49. So you'd think if you just divided 27.35 by 1, you'd get 27.35. Well, actually that 1 has just been rounded up. So again, this is the benefit of seeing all the numbers. So really it's 0.56. So it actually we'd have to turn the irrigation on for 49.23 hours and deliver 3,938 litres of irrigation water to replace it. So that's not too bad, really. Strangely, I actually found using that spreadsheet just then really fun. So I'm sort of tempted to do the rest of them on this video, but I won't. So now you just got to get the other figures, put them in here, get the correct crop factor, depending on what you think the growth stage is for the vines during that period. Put the precipitation in and then see what the overall irrigation volume is. If the evapotranspiration is less than the precipitation, be careful because it'll actually provide a negative number, so which will actually reduce the overall irrigation that's required. So just be mindful of that. You actually don't want to add any negative numbers in here. So if that is the case, just maybe put a 0 in so it's not incorporated into that deficit.